Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Let's Talk Sport for your live World Cup 2026 watch along with myself, Jamie Davies. And tonight we are hosting you live commentary from the Group I match of France versus Senegal. A fixture all well remembered for what happened 24 years ago, where Senegal, for their first ever World Cup game in the history of the nation, beat the defending champions of France 98. That is France by a 1-0, thanks to Papa Bouba Diop with the winning goal and the only goal of the game in the opening match of the 2002 World Cup that took place in Korea, Japan. Welcome, all the matches about to get underway very shortly. I'm just waiting on my stream to turn up so I can obviously keep you up to date on what's happening in the game. Otherwise, there's no point of a watch along now, is there? Welcome. If you have just joined us, if you want to as well, get involved in the live chat page. We'd love to read out as many messages as we can. We've also got, as usual, our poll to vote for your team on who you think is going to win. France to win, Senegal to win, or even maybe sit on the fence and go for a draw maybe. Anyway, the lineups, of course, are on the page right now, right in front of you, including the substitutes. Hopefully you can read the substitutes. They're a bit small on the screen, but if you go full screen, it should still be a bit readable for you. If you haven't got your reading glasses, you need them. Probably get them now. But yes, Senegal, of course, they were the Africa Cup of Nations champions back in January that was. But then, of course, Morocco got it back due to I guess you could say a hearing in court, and officially it was given to them instead. But I like to say that throughout the stream that they are, to me, still the AFCON champions. I went to go and see the final, and Morocco in my eyes continued to play on and agreed to carry on. So in my eyes, Senegal won fair and square despite the way that they did things. But let us know at home if you remember that final from a few months ago. Did you watch it? What were your thoughts? It was a bit bizarre, wasn't it? Right, I'm just waiting for the stream. Hopefully it'll come on in just a moment. It might be a delay because of the national anthems and stuff that has been happening over the course of this World Cup so far. There's a lot of the whole squad go out onto the pitch to do the national anthems now for both teams, and they go around the circle on the centre circle. I don't know if they're doing that for every round. Probably. Normally they are quite consistent FIFA at their presentations, that's for sure. Right. I believe the game has just started, so I'm just going to start the clock while I can. I'm just waiting on the stream to actually come on for me. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Right, the game has begun. As usual, the stream never likes to show the start for me. And it looks to be a nice sunny day in New York or New Jersey. So here we go then, it has begun. And already it's currently Senegal on the attack, coming out from the left-hand side, and it had to be, the cross had to be dealt with by Theo Hernandez, and I think it's going to be a corner kick, just like it was 24 years ago. Senegal are playing in their all-white kit, and I've got the shirt here. I don't think you'll be able to see it on the stream, but I have got Papa Bouba Diop on the back of my shirt for this game. I'll be honest, I think it's a fake shirt. I got it in a wholesale years ago. So hopefully you can hear me all right. And it has been, of course, full-out stadiums throughout most of it. So these two teams have never faced each other after 2002 World Cup in terms of competitiveness. So Senegal actually lead head-to-head ahead of this game. Of course, France, no doubt the favourites to get the win here today. But we've had some shocks, haven't we? We've had Cape Verde shield their goal and get a goalless draw against Spain, who was, of course, who are one of the tournament favourites. Well, I'm not sure what happened there. Senegal took their first corner of the game, only for Magnan to be on the ground there, and the referee decided that it was a foul against him. Magnan fell to the ground, and it looked as though it was Jackson next to him, who may have stepped on his toes. Again, I thought that looked a bit dramatic, to be honest with you. Meanwhile, France currently have the possession in their own half. Stano saying Morocco AFCON champions. No, I don't agree with it if it had to be dealt with in court. Of course, a lot of people, I think, even the neutrals, will be interested in how France played today. Of course, the heat is the biggest factor of this tournament. But you'd like to think a lot of these French players, where some of the leagues, and France can be quite a warm country. Anyway, here comes France for Mbappe. Mbappe, I think, getting his first touch of the game and his first touch of this World Cup. A man who is just 12 goals shy of the World Cup finals record goal tally, which is currently held by Miroslav Klose with 16 goals. Mbappe currently on 12. Mbappe probably expected, the way he's been, well, the last few seasons, whether that's for club and country. I'm sure if France are going to go far in this tournament, 4 goals or more should be quite normal for him to reach. Of course, a lot of pressure of him now. The last 2 World Cups he's always achieved the same by reaching a final. You do wonder if this French team might still be a bit haunted by the events of Qatar 2022. They went 2-0 down. Of course, let's not forget, they were battling a virus, the camp were, in that week leading up to the final. On that same week, they had to, of course, play Morocco in Doha, which the whole tournament was pretty much hosted in Doha. I get what Joe's saying. He's saying Senegal broke the rules by leaving the pitch, but the ref bottled it. But you see, that to me is the responsibility of CAF and the ref. You know, if they don't know the rules, that's not Senegal's problem. All they had to do was say to the Senegal players before they walked off was, if you go off, that's it. 3-0 automatic win from Morocco. So I think it's one of them. And also Morocco agreed to play on. Morocco could have actually ended it and gone, no, there's a case in the rule book here that says that if they had walked off, we should win. I get it in the pressure of the moment. It's tricky. Well, and the loose ball's gone all the way straight to Mendy, the former Chelsea goalkeeper. Of course, we'll just quickly check what the formation looks like. This is what Google is saying anyway. So a 4-2-3-1 formation for France, including a back 4, Jamone and Rabiot in front of them. Look at that front line though. Elise, Dembele, Doué and Mbappe. Whew. I mean, that alone could probably win you the tournament. Saliba, of course, has been one of the probably the strongest defender in the Premier League this season. France will welcome it. Upamecano, personally, I don't think he's that great, but he might be the best centre-half they've got next to Saliba. Theo Hernandez also playing at left-back. As we look at Senegal's bench, sorry, not bench, their main lineup, it's 4-3-3 formation. And that's not a bad front line either. Mane, Jackson and Sarr. Got the 2 gays in the middle. Then Kamar on the right. And then you got a back 4 there, including Koulibaly, who is a 2-time AFCON winner. Oh, and here comes Senegal, trying to go for that early goal maybe, and the shot is blocked. And I think that looked to be Sarr who went for the shot, and then it was blocked in front of goal. Senegal retained the possession, still in just outside the French box. Here they come again. Oh, on a push to the ground. Referee, though, says play on. And you can hear the crowd here. The moment the ball goes anywhere near a penalty area, the crowd get excited, so it just shows what a good atmosphere we've got here. Now the MetLife Stadium, which it won't be called that during this World Cup because FIFA have been covering up any name stadiums that are backed by sponsors. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute, because Senegal again trying to look for that early goal. Instead it's offside against, I think that's against Jackson, the Bayern Munich striker, and there'll be a free kick to come for France. But yeah, no, so I saw a funny video earlier on Instagram, which the Levi Stadium, for example, Levi have done it on their own Instagram account, where they have filmed the stadium being covered up with Levi logos not being seen whatsoever, literally just covered up by massive cloths, massive blankets. It's hilarious. But yeah, it does make me laugh, because FIFA, of course, will not include that at the stadiums because they're not a FIFA sponsor. UEFA do the same for Champions League games. I'm sure it happens in other football competitions these days, because if you think about it, it's free advertising. But yeah, so MetLife Stadium, I could call it that, but FIFA will say it's the New Jersey Stadium for the rest of this tournament. And this is where the World Cup final will take place. Magnan there nearly had an embarrassing moment, but luckily he got to the loose ball before Jackson did. Yeah, reach out to us on the live chat page. We'd love to hear from you, and be sure to subscribe. We'd always appreciate your support. There'll be another World Cup watch on tomorrow, which of course the man himself is in the live chat page, and that is Joe Stanley. That'll be 6 p.m. kickoff tomorrow, an earlier time tomorrow, between Portugal and the Democratic Republic of Congo, as Cristiano Ronaldo and his manager Roberto Martinez begin their World Cup campaign in what looks to be Ronaldo's final World Cup. Can him and Portugal go all the way this time? Some are tipping that they could. Eli Manning is in the stands. Of course, a New York Giants legend. As a New York Giants fan myself, it's good to see him. The only man that I think has beaten Tom Brady twice in a Super Bowl. Eli Manning unbeaten in both Super Bowls that he took part of with the New York Giants. Yes, you know, people forget that. Eli Manning, everyone talks about Tom Brady with all his Super Bowl rings, but I'd argue. Oh, my stream just disappeared. Hang on a moment. There we go. Sorry, folks. Lost the stream again. There we go. It's with Rabiot now on the halfway line. Standard says Portugal won't win the World Cup. I got a feeling this World Cup might be a lot more open than I originally thought. Again, it's early days. Spain didn't have a good start to the tournament. Again, you expect them to win their remaining group games. You know, 3 group games is a lot to save yourself. And let's be honest, you expect all the best teams to get through the groups, and it's even easier than ever to get out the groups. 1 win should normally do enough. Here's Mbappe. Ball through to him, but his first touch was heavy, and it left his feet and was intercepted and cleared away. I think Mbappe looked a little stunned that he somehow did not control that. They'll try again here. Luce didn't get to the end of the pass, and then it was booted away by Diouf, and it's gone straight to Magnan the French goalkeeper. But I can see why Portugal are up there. I mean, I'll say this now. I think Portugal could do better without Ronaldo. I would actually argue with Roberto Martinez that if I was him, I wouldn't start Ronaldo. I'd have him on the bench. You know, he is 40 years old. I'm not saying he can't play 90 minutes, but if you need a goal with 20, 30 minutes to go, then who else would you want to bring on from the bench than Ronaldo? No matter what, that guy has got goals in him wherever he goes. He always scores, no matter what league or competition he plays in. Throwing for Senegal, Rabiot with the last touch there to give it away to the African team. And the throne's being taken in front of the French dugout. And the cameras are on Didier Deschamps. I think this is his 4th World Cup now as the manager. Started in 2014, in which, oh, way up a moment, I think they beat Belgium in the World Cup from what I can remember. I can't remember who they lost to. Meanwhile, back with the game. That's a good ball by Dembele playing a pass forward to Mbappe. He made the run, but no matter how quick that guy is, he's not going to get to the end of that one. Mendy beats him to it. And after just a couple of passes, Senegal have been intercepted. And it's back with France now with Elise. Now with Theo Hernandez. Now Doué. It's now with Elise. Oh, there's a foul there, says the referee on Doué, and it's a free kick taken quickly, 35 yards away from the Senegal goal, and it's been intercepted by Gay. Now with Diouf. Diouf will just kick it up in the air down the byline of the far side. But of course, the New Jersey Stadium hosted the Club World Cup final in July last year, which, again, that looked like a very hot sunny day where Chelsea surprisingly went all the way to win the World Cup. Club World Cup. But yes, they did. They beat PSG. If you didn't know, I don't know if you've been living in a cave. Somehow they beat PSG, who, of course, just 2 months prior won the Champions League. And they didn't just beat them, they thrashed them. I think that was one of those games that no one can explain at all, but at the same time, some would argue that the Club World Cup doesn't really matter, but I think winning that tournament would get you 100 million for the club, so there's not many football tournaments that offer you that kind of money. In fact, none at all. Quarter of an hour gone then. If you have just joined us, you haven't missed any goals yet, don't worry. Get yourself a beer, sit down. I'm not drinking tonight, I'm having a nice Coke can for a change. Thanks to the co-op for doing a great deal, £5 deal. You get 4 tins of Coke Zero or Budweiser bottles and 2 pizzas for a £5. That's quite cheap when we're talking the co-op, from my experience. But no, it's been, we haven't seen much chances yet from either side. The win probability going into this game, according to Google, France 66%, Senegal just the 14%, 20% going for a draw. Now they're in the same group, these two, as Iraq and Norway. And Norway, I'm excited to watch that game, mate. I think I'll stay up for that one, which is a 11 p.m. kickoff. That's the UK time where I'm from, between Iraq and Norway. Norway, I'm sure, expected to win, but this would be their first World Cup, I believe, since 1998. So that's what, 28 years ago. 28 years ago? No. 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 Is it? No. I can't count, ladies and gentlemen. No, it is 28 years ago. What am I saying? I make maths look so hard. I'd love to know what people think of the hydration break. I keep saying it, break. The hydration break. Let us know what you think of that. There'll be one coming up shortly. It basically just feels like 4 quarters instead of 2 halves when you think about the NFL in America. I think it's no doubt to fill up slots for advertising because they're meant to be 3 minutes long as well. Here's Mbappe. Instead he's had to go back to Saliba. Now Chimone. Out wide to Elise. Elise won this season he's had. And now with a long-range effort. Not quite sure who had a go there. It might have been Chimone. As you can hear, Le Bleu chants being shouted out around the New Jersey Stadium. But here's a stat for you from Elise. 34 goal contributions in 32 Bundesliga matches last season. 19 assists, making him top playmaker for Bayern Munich. And 15 goals. Oh, there's a cross there that's going to go. Oh, didn't even make it back on the pitch there for Senegal. Cross coming in from the right wing. Didn't stay in play, and it's a goal kick for France. I was going to say Senegal last few minutes were a bit cold up front. Finally a bit more activity from them, but this time no luck. I'd say this is probably one of the most exciting fixtures on the list of the group stages. We've had Morocco-Brazil. That ended in a draw, 1-1. Yesterday we had Belgium-Italy, which was live here on Let's Talk Sport. That was a 1-1 draw as well. So we've had some heavyweights go up against each other. Teams that win. Of course, on paper, this is technically Africa's one of their best teams. Now, I'm not sure if the referee's given a corner there for France. Yep, I think they have. Here comes the corner then. And it's gone out. And I think this time that it will be a goal kick. Well, the camera's on Jackson there, I'm not quite sure why, but there's a few Senegal fans in the house. And they're doing something that I quite hate in terms of an activity in the stands. And that is the Mexican wave. I hate it. I'm sorry to be a party pooper, but I hate Mexican waves. I just hate it because I've had it at stadiums like games like this where everyone gets involved. There's nothing wrong with getting involved, but to me, I'm trying to watch the game. You know, you're distracting me. I can't watch the game if you keep doing this. I think there was a video the other day of England fans at that friendly against Costa Rica, I think it was. And they were doing a Mexican wave round the stands next to the stand of where the England fans were sat. And England fans were literally just saying, nah. They just stopped the Mexican wave. They were like, go away. Obviously, I can't repeat the words that they said, but it was pretty funny, and I vouched for them. France now. Here they come again. It's on the left-hand side, and they've got a corner here. Last touch coming from Diatta. Mbappe goes straight to the corner flag to take a short pass to Elise. Back to Mbappe on Elise's right. Now towards the centre to Doué. Doué, instead couldn't hold the ball and loses possession. And now Senegal running forward with 3 front men, trying to go on the counter-attack. They go against the run of play, and instead, I think they were trying to go out and play it towards what looked to be Sarr. And Upamecano deals with that situation for France and retains possession. It's now with Bende. Oh, Mendy, luckily for him, his pass out of the penalty area goes to a white shirt. Otherwise, if Mbappe had got there, a very simple open goal for him to shoot for. I think the next moment this ball goes out of play, there'll be a hydration break, which, of course, a lot of people are wondering about that in this tournament. It's funny because there's been some games where, for example, in Dallas, it's a full aircon stadium, and if anything, it's technically an indoor stadium. So I think people are wondering why we're having a drinks break when it's clearly not too warm here. It's actually, well, the weather's controlled, simple as that. I wonder how much the aircon costs for a stadium. I can't even imagine. Anyway, here comes Senegal. He's on his own up against 2 men. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's at the post. It hit the post, ricocheted off the post, hit the back of Magnan, and then it went out of play for a corner. But that is Senegal with the best opportunity at goal so far. All started with an interception back in their own half. And then Jackson went out on the run against play and went up against Saliba, and he decided to go, well, no, it was on him against Upamecano, goes for a pop with his left foot. Magnan, of course, didn't get there because it hit the post, and luckily for Magnan, even though the ball hit his boot, it just went past the wrong side of the post for them. Luckily for France, the ball stays out. But Senegal's threat isn't over here. They have themselves a corner to be taken on the far side. Big moment in the game that was. Flick header going across the face of goal, instead just rolls out for a throw-in to France. And as expected, the referee has decided that it will be a drinks break after 25 minutes. So far it's been quite an eventful game. Senegal not afraid, that is for certain. They may not be the favourites, but they are a winning team. They are capable of causing an upset here today. Looking at the, if we go on the Google team sheet, let's look at the ratings. I know it's early on, but let's see who's being favoured so far. I believe that this is out of 10. But at the moment, it would Mendy, I think, has got the highest rating. No, Upamecano does at 5.5. Mendy comes second, though, at 5.4. Interesting. I feel like he's not really made any saves yet, but okay. Elise on 5.0, same for Rabiot. 5.1 each for Saliba and Hernandez. Ooh. But yeah, the chance so far, the main chance that we've just seen is Jackson having his shot unleashed and hit the post. And luckily for Magnan, the footballing guards were watching over him because the ball hit the back of his foot, and that ball just went out of play instead of going into the back of the net, which would have been an embarrassing moment, I think, for Magnan. As I say, it's currently a hydration break, and they'll be back underway in a minute. If my voice sounds a bit rough, I do apologise. I got a bit of a dry throat. Well, dry throat, I'm not sure. It might be the hay fever kicking in. I have got my H2O and my can of Coke here to get me through it. But of course, you folks at home, I do it for you guys. So do reach out on the live chat page. Let us know where you're watching the game from today. Who do you think is going to win by voting on that poll? If I just go and have a look, let's find out who's leading it. So at the moment, it is France leading it with 76% of votes. Senegal, 12%, and that is the same for a draw, 12% there as well. But if you've just joined us, we're just waiting for the end of this first of 2 hydration breaks. I nearly said Blake again. And we'll be back underway very shortly. Of course, I think I can understand in a game like this, it's during the day in New Jersey. It's going to be very hot. The sun is shining, and there's no roof in the stadium. There's no cover. So, you know, I've not checked the temperature in New Jersey. Let's go and have a look. Ooh. Let's have a look. Sorry, I got distracted by a message there. And it looks like we're back underway. 24 degrees in New Jersey at the moment. Air quality is 48, which is good. Feels like 25 degrees. It's not going to get much warmer. And it is around just after 3 o'clock there, so it's a warm day. Humidity is 38%, but I'll be honest, as an Englishman, you know, that's how our summers can be a bit like, really. It's not much different. Again, there can be a different type of version of the sun in different countries. I mean, I've been to New York, which was 11 years ago, so my memory's not the best. Here's a long throw-in, actually, as Senegal resume play after the drinks break. And Dembele is fouled and wins a free kick for France. Referee brings it back to be taken in the France half. That was a high boot by Kamara there to give away the free kick. Now here comes Senegal again. They are not afraid to try these French on. Oh! And it was Sarr that was just in the centre of the edge of the box there. I think he slipped when he went for a right-footed shot. Went miles high and wide at the end towards the right of the goal. But Senegal have intercepted quickly from the France goal kick. And half an hour gone, still goalless. And if anything, Senegal have probably just been the better team so far by hitting the post from Jackson. Throw-in is taken for Senegal in front of their coach of Papi Thiaw, a former Senegal player himself. And I'd love to know what his thoughts are on the... He has probably come out and said it, but I've never seen any interview clips, which is obviously his verdict on the fact that Senegal had the trophy taken away from them. I don't even know if Morocco actually have that trophy. You know, there's no ceremony, and it's been a good month or two since it all got announced. But, yeah, Senegal not having that second African Cup of Nations title on paper. It is all a bit of a farce, in my opinion. Here's Rabiot. Decides to go from left to right. Now Elise on the halfway line. Back towards Upper Meccano. Saliba. Everyone in the Senegal half at the moment. Be interesting. Oh, just too much of a long pass there for Elise to pick up. Wow, Patrick Vieira, Robert Perez are watching in the stands, looking very well suited booted. Patrick Vieira will know New York very well. He was a coach for New York City in the MLS a few years back. And of course, Patrick Vieira, what a player he was for France. Well, I think he was a World Cup winner. He was definitely a winner in the Euro 2000s at least. Was a great leader for Arsenal when playing for Arsene Wenger 20 odd years ago. People forget he also played at Juve and played at Manchester City. So you forget about that, don't you? I certainly do. I mean, I may remember it, but yeah, it's definitely a pub quiz question in my eyes. Unless you're a Man City fan, maybe, which I am not. I think Didier Deschamps has the best seat in the house. He's shouted in that dugout with his coaches and players while wearing a suit, but there's hardly any shade at all in that stadium. No roof whatsoever. But again, I think the stadium is used to being played for the NFL during the winter months. It's going to be a goal kick for France. A poor attempted pass by Sarr. We haven't seen much from Mane in this game yet. Of course, reach out to us folks on the live chat page. We'd love to hear from you. So, match stats, attempts at goal, France 1, Senegal 3. That is the attempts at goal. So Senegal leading that one, but of course, as we all know, the only stat that matters is the goal. Here comes a long ball, then trying to find Mbappe, and instead it's well dealt with by Koulibaly, the well-experienced centre-half of Senegal. Back with France. We're going to try again here with Hernandez. Oh, Hernandez, short pass to Doué, reaches him at the end, despite the pressure from Gay. Now a long ball out to the right-hand side. Elise doesn't get there. Intercepted. Oh, and is that a foul? No, referee says play on. France intercept. Here's Rabiot in the centre of midfield. Couldn't get past his man. And it is Senegal who retain the ball. It's on the near side in front of the dugout. Just under 10 minutes to go. And the theme of this World Cup so far is, it feels as though a lot of us, we would know who was going to win these matches, but that has not been the case. Belgium not getting the win over Egypt. Cape Verde getting that draw against Spain. Brazil, Morocco, of course, ending in a draw. England, of course, my country, begin their campaign tomorrow against Croatia. Good to see how they get on in Dallas. I thought they'd be playing in a hot stadium, but now knowing that it's an aircon stadium, they should be all right. Now Senegal in possession. Oh, and it's a long ball that's just going nowhere and rolls out and bounces out for a goal kick. Papatiao looking rather smart, wearing a white button shirt with, you could say, khaki chinos. Can't go wrong with those colours. Good to see he's using light colours in this heat. I always say dark shirts are probably the last piece of clothing to wear when it's going to be a sunny, hot day. So goal kick taken by Magnan. It's a long one. It was intercepted by Diouf. Now Mane. Mane's so good with the ball. Oh, does really well. Even though he was about to lose it, he slides in and kicks the ball back to his teammate to keep the possession alive there for his Senegal teammates. Went back to Mendy for a long kick. Landed just inside the France half. That's touch coming off a blue shirt, thrown for Senegal. Taken by Diouf. Diouf looks like he switched sides. Started the game as left back, but looks like now he's playing as a right back. If you're new to the channel, folks, please subscribe for more watch-alongs and more sport content. We'll be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Portugal versus Democratic Republic of Congo. My good man Joe Stanley will be hosting that watch-along. The stream's actually already up on the channel, so feel free to save that link or bookmark it if you can. But if you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel, and you'll be, of course, kept up to date for our future videos and live stream content. And it's free, you can't go wrong. Arsene Wenger's at the stadium today, as expected. A Frenchman now working for FIFA. Of course, he works in development of football, so I'm not quite sure what his role exactly is, but he's definitely a man who's brought up some interesting ideas, some not so favourable. Mane goes for goal, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. And of course, at his standard, Sadio Mane, you wouldn't doubt him to scoring from there somehow, but this time Magnan had it covered, and now France going on a quick counter-attack here, waiting for a cross to come in on the right. Oh, they didn't pick out Mbappe. Instead, the ball rolled behind him, and he couldn't keep it. And all of a sudden, the referee will pause the game as he runs over to the other side of the pitch. One of the Senegal players is down at the moment. I think, I'm not quite sure, I think it might be Jackson. No, it's Sarr. So it's Sarr who is down at the moment. He stayed down ever since he got tackled. And of course, after a while, the referee decided to go back and check if he's okay. Of course, he's a Crystal Palace player who's just had success in the Europa Conference League. He only played one match in the Europa Conference League, but I think that still means he'll get a medal for it. What a season it's been for him and Crystal Palace. Got 9 goals in the Premier League this season with Crystal Palace and 1 assist in 28 matches. Well, he's been treated. He's now walking off the pitch. Now, I think there's a new rule for this World Cup, which I think might mean he has to go off for a minute. We'll have to see. Of course, normally the player, after they've been checked, have to go off the pitch and wait for the referee to signal for him to come back on. So meanwhile, I'm not sure how long that'll be, but Senegal will have to play on for 10 men here while France have the ball. They're back in play now, they have resumed. It's on the far side, inside the Senegal half. Oh, that looked like a late challenge. Referee has said France can play on from this and take advantage. Here's Doué. Now Rabiot. Back to Doué towards the left-hand side, in line with the edge of the 18-yard box. And I'm not sure where that chipped pass was supposed to go. Went nowhere, made no progress for the French. And actually there's a handball, says the referee. And even though Senegal got the ball back there, the referee has decided that he will penalise Senegal and give away a free kick to the French. I think he's saying it was a handball when the player was down on the ground as well. So the sun is shining, has done from the start of this game pretty much. At mid-20-degree weather in New Jersey. Of course, France will be visiting themselves in the final at this stadium come the 19th of July in just over a month's time. It's kind of mad how long this tournament is now with the expansion. Now here comes the free kick from Dembele. Instead, it's headed back out of the penalty area. And it's back with Dembele now, who plays a pass forward to Mbappe. Mbappe wearing the captain's armband today. And it was dealt with yet again by Koulibaly with a sliding challenge on the edge of the box there. Did very well. And so far, Koulibaly has been pretty solid for Senegal. Him and Niakete, the two centre-halves chosen for this game today by Papetiar. Now here comes another cross for France, for Senegal to deal with. Oh, and Koulibaly, despite having no blue shirt next to him, wasn't aware, and I think he was concerned and felt awkward when that delivery came in from Dembele, and it hit his hip. And for Mendy, luckily for the goalkeeper, it was not going in his direction, but instead they'll have to accept a corner is coming up. So here comes the corner for France. That's a poor corner kick. Straight to the hands of Mendy on the near post. That was Elise with the corner delivery as well. Not like him after the season he's just had. We got a message in on the live chat page. Everyone's very quiet today. Come on, reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Gixer 1000 RP says, what's France doing? Well, they've just not... you know what? I don't think they've even had a shot on target. We checked the stats at half-time, which is in the matter of seconds, pretty much. But no, they've not been great, France. So far, Senegal have hit the post. They've been closer to the goal than they have. Of course, it's bad to think that France haven't won a major tournament since the World Cup in 2018. I know some will say the Nations League, if you count that, but I don't know how serious people take that. 6 minutes has been added for the injury time. Of course, that did involve the hydration break and also what was medical timeout, you could say, for Sarr to get himself checked. He is back on the pitch. Well, Senegal will settle for a throw in far deep in their own half on the far side. Of course, there's still 3 more matches to take place later today. So this is only the first of 4 matches on what is day 6 of the tournament. Day 6 already. I've nearly seen all teams play, well, all 48 teams play their first game. I think it all wraps up by the end of tomorrow. Meanwhile, here's a chance for France, maybe. Oh, poor pass from Dembele to link up with his PSG teammate of Doué, only for it to be dealt with by Diatta. And as Senegal push forward towards the right-hand side of the France half, they got themselves a throw in here. But Deschamps not looking impressed from his team's first half performance. 2 minutes already gone in the 6 minutes of added time. It's gone back to it's gone back to Mendy. That's the opposition goalkeeper there, Jamie Davies. Mendy happy to take his time with this, maybe kill a few seconds, and then decides to play a long ball out wide to Saar, but he doesn't win the dual battle against Theo Hernandez. Of course, still enough time here for one of these teams to get a goal before the half-time break. I mean, it's easy for me to say, but it already feels like ball push there against Saar. Saar thought he should have had a free kick. He's back on his feet, trying to battle against Rabiot. And it's now with Saliba. Saliba, good pass out wide to Theo Hernandez. Couldn't quite get the link up to work to Mbappe. Mbappe again, he may be quick, but he ain't that quick. Senegal. Of course, Senegal are not, they are brave. They are very much happy to go on against the run of play here and take on Jamie Burgoyne has reached out saying Paul Van Heck to Spurs confirmed. We'll check out that story at half time. Thank you, Burgoyne. Just 2 minutes left of added time. Gexa 1000 says, think France can still pull the win. I mean, with that team, you think they can do it. Oh, cross for Mbappe, that's nowhere near him. Yet again, Elise's, well, the couple of crosses we've seen from him so far have not been great. I do apologise, actually, it was Koundé. From the distance, they both look similar with their hairstyles. 52 million, Burgoyne says, in that Van Heck transfer to Spurs. I do think Spurs will, well, they can't do any worse than what they did this season, but under the management of Roberto De Zerbi, I think they can improve massively with him in charge. I think, annoyingly, for any fans outside of the Tottenham Stadium, especially West Ham fans and Arsenal fans, I think sadly for them, De Zerbi came in at literally just the right time to get the points he needed to keep them up. Now France, can they have one more crack here before the referee blows his whistle? It's with Upamecano. Now with Koundé. Oh, so an incredible bicycle kick blocked by Gay there. Incredible quick reactions. Sort of the reactions you'd see from an F1 driver. Ball's now on the near side. Senegal, maybe they could get a goal before half time here. I really don't. I feel like this game's going to be one of those where it's only one goal that separates them and only one goal in the game. Just as I say, here comes Senegal now, and it's shot! It's way over the crossbar. Oh, dearie me, that should have gone in. Saar, right in front of goal, somehow just puts his foot underneath the ball. He must have done for that ball to go over the crossbar. And I think that has proven to be the last kick of the first half. Oh dear, it did bounce just before it connected to his right foot. But even so, how do you kick it so far up there? Well, half time then. So, no goals to report. It is France 0, Senegal 0, in which has been a first half, I would say, has seen the Lions look a lot better and look a lot more threatening to breaking the deadlock in that first 45 minutes. Of course, for France, half-time team break for them. What am I saying? Half-time team break. Half-time break. Tactical talks now, I'm sure, with Didier Deschamps and his players, because they certainly need to work on something at half-time if they're going to prove that they can get the 3 points today, as even the coaches and the players are having to walk across the pitch to head to the tunnel, which I'm sure years ago it was a FIFA rule that you had to always come out through the middle. So stadiums had to make that happen, but they clearly don't care for this World Cup or for the stadium. That is the MetLife Stadium. Oh, God, I said it. Oh, don't tell FIFA I said that. Oh, don't tell it. Don't let them know I said that. Oh, dear. But anyway, get in touch with us on the live chat page. We'd love to hear from you. What do you think about this game so far if you are watching? And also, let us know where you're watching from. You could be watching from France. You could be watching from Senegal. You could even be watching from Zambia. So, yeah. Anyway, Burgoyne mentioned some news to do with Tottenham. And let's check that out, shall we? So, as you can see, there is the announcement from Sky Sports' website that Jean-Paul Van Heck has agreed a deal for Brighton defender to be worth 52 million. So that'll be interesting. But he did play for De Zerbi at Brighton. So, of course, managers have their favourites. Managers have certain players that they love to work with again and again. You can't. I mean, let's not forget Harry Redknapp with Nico Cranshaw and I think Luka Chorluka. Was it? I can't remember Chorluka's first name actually. Apparently, he only wanted to join Tottenham here, according to Sky Sports. He had 1 year left on his contract. And apparently Brighton, wow, signed him for 1.8 million from Breeder in 2020, 6 years ago. So yeah, that's an incredible profit after obviously 1.8 million to 50 odd million. Yeah, well, it doesn't take a lot of maths to go that's not a bad deal for Brighton. So be interesting to see how he gets on there. Of course, Kieran Trippier, I think, let me just check Sky Sports here, but one of the stories has been Kieran Trippier. Apparently that's been settled now. But yeah, Kieran Trippier originally joined Wolves just before Rob Edwards got sacked. And then Rob Edwards got sacked. And I think he's basically saying that, I think basically Kieran Trippier said he wouldn't join Wolves now because originally the agreement was for him to obviously play for Rob Edwards. That was part of the deal, I think. So I can understand his point. Like, when it comes to an end of a season, it's a transfer window. Normally by now, you don't expect the manager to get sacked. You think now that they're going to work with whoever they've got to obviously bring in some players to help improve the squad ahead of a new season and to get the plan ready to go. But yes, Kieran Trippier, of course, had a problem with that, and I can understand that because I presume he was even probably talking to Rob Edwards when getting signed. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's a funny one. I think they've also signed Raul Jimenez for a free transfer from Fulham, which apparently, actually, is a story about Raul Jimenez. Of course, he scored his first ever World Cup goal after all these tournaments he's played in all these years. At the age of 35, he finally got a goal in the opening game, which is, you can't beat a better occasion than that by, scoring it at the Estadio Azteca in front of your fellow Mexicans to kick off the tournament. You can't go wrong with that. But apparently, his jersey that he scored in will go up at, in auction, apparently. So just days after Altri's 2-0 victory over South Africa, the jersey he wore during that landmark moment has been up for auction and bidding has already reached eye-catching levels. That's a bloody shame. I would have bidded it myself. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, quite a lot. So it's not just his. Other jerseys have also gone up for auction. That is mad how quickly that's turned around. But again, I wonder if that's the turnaround in terms of while people are talking about the World Cup, it's crucial to obviously do that. Match worn shirt, a platform specialising in in-game worn memorabilia listed the Mexico forwards jersey for auction shortly after the victory. With less than a day remaining before bidding closes, the current highest offer stands at about $3,700, though that figure is expected to rise before the auction ends. It says here that the item follows a growing trend in the memorabilia market, where jerseys linked to significant goals often attract substantial interest from collectors. A similar situation occurred after Andre Pierre Gignac's latest goal against Monterrey in the Clásico Regio, when the shirt worn during the match was also auctioned through the same platform. So yeah, it says here, Jimenez's shirt is not the only Mexico jersey drawing attention from bidders. 3 additional national team jerseys are also available through the auction site, including those worn by Julian Quinones and Armando Gonzalez. At the time of writing, Quinones' jersey has attracted bids of around $3,300, while the shirt linked to Gilberto Mora has reached about $2,800. Auctions for all 3 items remain open until Tuesday, giving supporters additional time to replace their bids. So yeah, that's quite interesting. I mean, if I didn't need the money, I'd probably I'd put a bid in. I love Raul Jimenez, and it's quite a big occasion. Thing is, I'd love to know how they can prove that it's his shirt. Like, I'm not saying they're not. I'm sure it is, but if you're spending a lot of money, you want that proof, don't you? But yeah, here we go. One Football reporting it that Jimenez is going to Wolves. Adamai Traore, I did hear as well, will be reunited with him at Wolves. So he's joining as well. So Wolves are, on paper, I guess, recruiting well. They're getting experienced players in to compete in the Championship. But look, I'm going to say this now. Wolves going down is not the worst thing in the world, really. I think they can be up for the season at Championship level and probably do quite well. But we'll see. Oh, I seem to have lost my stream. Hang on. Just watching back the highlights from the first half, including a Mane long-range effort down the middle. Ella Hughes has reached on the live chat page. Hello, Ella. You wrote a very naughty message on my notebook earlier. Oh, and they're just showing the effort from Sarr at the end of the first half, which in my eyes he should have got that on target. Completely unmarked. Ball did bounce a couple of times before it reached his right foot, but somehow he missed. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to quickly get some water ahead of the second half. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back before the kickoff for the second half of France versus Senegal. And we're back. We will, of course, be back underway very shortly for the second half. I was just having a quick break there just so I can get some drinks ready for the second half. I've got a bit of a dry throat today. Hay fever season maybe get involved here. I'm not quite sure. I'm not a doctor. But we've had a lot of you watch this stream today, so great to have so many of you. Really appreciate it. I just want to promote our next watch along with my mate doing it tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK time, and that is Portugal beginning their World Cup campaign against Democratic Republic of Congo, hours before England begin their campaign against Croatia. We won't be covering that game, but we'll be covering Portugal versus Democratic Republic of Congo, so we'd love to see you there as well. The stream is already up on our YouTube channel. It is on the homepage right now, so be sure to save that link for later on. Anyway, it looks as though the players are just coming out onto the pitch for this second half. The French team are coming out as a group. Be interested to know what maybe Deschamps has told them at half-time. Will he make any changes or any tactical changes for this second half? But yes, Didier Deschamps, a success for him back in 2018 when he led his country to win the World Cup as manager. A man who also won it as a player 20 years prior when they hosted the World Cup in 1998. That famous 3-0 win over Brazil in Paris at Stade de France. Their first and only World Cup, first of 2 World Cup wins, that is. Well, anyway, we're about to get underway. Both teams are out on the pitch for this second half. And it is Senegal, the Lions, who will kick off this second half. Let us know your score predictions on the live chat page, folks. Who do you think is going to win? Will it be 1-0? Will it be 1-1? My dad has just texted me saying that he thinks it will be a score draw. I feel like there's one goal in this. I don't know which way, but Senegal at the moment are playing a lot better. They've had better chances, so that to me says that they should have the first goal. But of course, that doesn't always happen. If you don't take your chances, you can get punished, especially by teams like France who have the quality to score goals from out of nowhere. And the second half has begun. And as always, as we've been seeing throughout this tournament, the kickoff by Senegal has started with a long, deep kick into the France half to go out for a throw-in on the near side, near the corner flag, which has been taken quickly by Koundé. It is a weird tactic, that. Of course, I get it. It's a bit like rugby, really. You know, rugby, we see it where long kicks, drop kicks gets them a bit deeper to obviously put pressure on their opponents to keep them away from the try zone. No different here with the football, I guess. I know some people may just think, what's the point? But, you know, I think if you reinvent things and try different things, you never know. I've mixed it up, folks. I've gone from Diet Coke to 7-Up. Whatever's cold in the fridge, I guess. No substitutions made from either team. I'm sure we'll see more. Of course, if you look at the substitutes, we've got them on the page here if you want to have a look. But I mean, France have got the options. They've got Marcus Thuram, of course, playing for Inter Milan. Manu Koundé, another one. And the one I'd love to see come on is Jean-Philippe Mateta. What a player he was for Crystal Palace over the last few years. And of course, scoring in the Conference League final recently, which we assume would have his last game in a Crystal Palace shirt. Again, he hasn't been, I don't think he's gone anywhere yet, so, you know, these things can happen. Sometimes we all assume these players are going to leave the club, and then at the start of next season, they're still there. Right, here come France now. They've got to up it now. Oh, and a long-range effort from Doué outside the box with his left foot, tried to curl it, and instead it just flies past the far post. Mendy did stretch out to his right there in his bright orange football goalkeeping kit. And luckily for the ex-Chelsea goalkeeper, It didn't find the target, and he's taken the goal kick. As they've played it short, it's gone out for a Senegal throw-in just in front of their own dugout. Who will Papa Thiaw be bringing on in the second half? Of course, he's got Pape Matar Sarr, one of the midfielders. Quite a few Endai players in there as well. We've got Asani Diao, who's a striker. He might be seen at some point. That's a goal kick for France. Of course, N'Golo Kante playing in another World Cup for France. These days he's playing in Saudi Arabia, last time I checked. And Rain Cherki, of course, the master at art at football, we could say. He loves playing football in a very different way, in a more stylish way. I wouldn't call him the current Ronaldinho. You can never compare anyone to Ronaldinho. But in my eyes, he tries to play a bit like him. He likes to have a bit of fun with the ball. And he even told, I think he said in an interview, that he wants to entertain the crowd. He wants to entertain his family when they come and watch him. And he thinks that's what football's all about. And I somewhat agree. You know, it is, people are paying to see football. Whether that's as neutrals or supporting a team, you know, it's, people want to see some good football. I really would love to see Mateta come on though. I love Mateta. And he's that one player who, as a Man United fan, would love to see him at United. Of course, they've got Benjamin Sesko at Man United at the moment. He'll go into his second season and has certainly improved a bit since Carrick came in charge. Ooh. My laptop just went blank and came back on. That was a scary moment. Luckily, I'm still streaming. That was scary. Reach out to us on the live chat page. Give us a like. Do subscribe. If you're new to the Let's Talk Sport community, we'd love to have you following on our channel. Without our subscribers, without our viewers, we wouldn't do these streams. So it's always a pleasure to see you all on here. Now Rabiot turns around from his man to keep the possession going and push it forward, and instead tries to go for a long, low ball down the middle. Does not pick up. I think he was looking for Dembele. France just haven't shown much flow yet. We've not seen anything from Mbappe, but even the build-up for him has not been there. They haven't been getting the passes right. But again, some could argue that maybe his positional play has not been up to scratch. I do think sometimes when a team plays their opening game at a World Cup, they're just trying to get used to the, you could say, conditions. France flew in a lot later than other teams did for this World Cup. I mean, England have been in America for at least 10 days now. France were still playing friendlies back in France this time last week, which, I don't know, seems kind of crazy. I know they do send-offs for these friendlies for their fans before they make their way to the World Cup, but you know, you're going to another continent. Well, Senegal were hoping to win a free kick, but instead it's been intercepted. And now France running forward with 4 French players. It's on the left-hand side, and Senegal do really well there. And I think that was Koulibaly with the interception. Now through ball, now for Jackson if he can get there. Great sliding challenge by Saliba. He was able to tap the ball away from Jackson for it to then go to the feet of Magnan, and that stops the Senegal threat. It was a very, very scary moment for France. Jackson was doing very well, but it was great defending from Saliba. Him showing us why he is one of the best defenders in the world currently. When I went to the World Cup final 4 years ago in Qatar, of course, that was, if you didn't know, it was the famous game that was probably argued as one of the greatest games of football ever. I mean, I agree. I feel like nothing happened until France got a goal back, which was, what, 10 or so minutes before full time. And There was not many French fans there when I went to that final. Interesting, I'm sure there'll be more this time. Anyway, here they are now, the French fans open that. France will get the opener, and it comes off the goalkeeper, Elise, with the shot. And Mendy blocks the low shot. And it was a big save because it changed the direction of the ball from that deflection for it to go wide past the near post. And of course, with the form Elise has been with Bayern Munich this season, normally you expect him to finish them. Corner kick to come for France. Elise with the corner, and it's straight to Mendy on the edge of the 6-yard box. That was France's third corner. Senegal have had 2 so far. Senegal yet again with a short goal kick to restart play. You do wonder when those first substitutions will come. Go on, get Mateta on, Didier. You know what to do. No bookings yet in this game. It's been quite friendly so far. Senegal were the first and only, well, maybe only team as well, to ever be knocked out of the group stages of a World Cup after they were beaten on the fair play stats, which is basically in the group stages. Back in 2018, it was when the top 2 only could get out of the groups to reach the last 16. And Senegal, I can't remember who they were level with. It might have been Colombia, I'm not quite sure. But they had more yellow cards than the team that they were joint second with, and because of that they didn't make the next stage, which seems a bit harsh. Here they come now, Senegal. He's back with Jackson again and just didn't quite have the moment he wanted up against his fellow Bayern Munich teammate Upamecano. Didn't get a shot in there to deal with. Upamecano does well to run back and get in the way of Jackson's path. Here are Senegal again now in the centre circle with Guy. Now near Karte to Diouf, and instead they'll go back in their own half with Nia Karte again. Across to his fellow centre-half of Koulibaly, who's been excellent so far. Been very solid against the French attackers. And now a through ball to Jackson, and it just couldn't quite get there. It might have just been too much of a heavy pass to Jackson. Senegal just look a lot more threatening right now. They are knocking on that door in a bid to score the opening goal and take the lead. 10 minutes into the second half, and the theme has not really changed. Senegal, the much better team, I'd say, so far in this opening game to Group I. Of course, Iraq and Norway will play their match in Group I in just under 2 hours' time. That's an 11 PM kickoff here in the UK. Erling Haaland in his first ever World Cup game. Exciting times for him and his family. And now here comes France. Great save by Mendy. And yet again, he makes a crucial save. And you can see why Senegal always choose him as their #1 goalkeeper, even if he does wear the number 16. But France are going to try again here. It's on the left-hand side. Mbappe now wins a corner. And it was Mbappe who picked up the pass in the penalty area. And yet again, Mendy's left leg stretches out. And that was going to go in if his leg wasn't in the way. Corner to come. It's going to be on the far side. It's a short one to Dembele. Looks like a bit of training in this corner kick. It comes to nothing. We'll have to work on that again. Senegal maybe trying to go for a counter-attack there, but too long for any of their forwards to pick up, of either Mane, Jackson or Sarr. Now Mbappe switch sides, he's on the right-hand side, he's everywhere at the moment. Oh, and he falls down, and I think that could be a penalty. Oh, the referee's pointed to the corner. I must admit, I thought that was a penalty from the angle I was watching that on. I didn't see any connection with the ball. Referee must seriously, well, he must have seen something because he's given a corner. Mbappe goes against the run. It was Mane who slide challenged him. Does he get the ball? I don't think he does, but I can see why the referee might have thought that maybe, just maybe, Mane got the last touch there. He's given a corner, but VAR might intervene here and change this decision. We'll see. Corner hasn't been taken yet, so obviously that would mean the VAR check might be underway here. Yep, it's checking, VAR check for a possible penalty for France. I think it is a penalty. Mbappe still talking to the referee. Referee, of course, getting info with his earpiece. Of course, all the referees at this. Oh no, it's going to be a goal kick. Was it? Oh no. Referee's making some hand signals there, but I'm not quite sure what they mean. It's still saying on the screen that VAR check is happening. Oh, he's walking off. He's going to check the monitor, and now, as I always say, normally when the referee does that, that means that the decision will change. He's watching it back now, and yeah, I think it's a penalty. Mane, sadly, just not quick enough. Too slow against a pace like Mbappe. Mbappe, of course, I remember when you could say, burst onto the scene at the 2018 World Cup, a World Cup that he won. I've just had my good mate text me in a group chat and say, great chance for Senegal to go to the dressing room for a 20-minute cool down. Of course, a joke from the final of the Africa Cup of Nations from earlier this year. Here we go then.
Initiate the contact, and the final decision is goal kick.
Goal kick? No penalty. But he pointed for a corner, so that's a corner, isn't it? Well, actually, they can overturn that now, can't they? So, in all fairness, Mane... Okay, there's another angle at the show, and behind Mbappe, behind his run here. And actually, in all fairness, maybe, just maybe, there wasn't enough contact for that to be a penalty. Did Mbappe play it on a little? But amazingly, I've never seen a referee, rarely do I see a referee come off the pitch to stick to their decision after checking. So, is that brave from the referee? Maybe. But no penalty. So, goal kick for Senegal. They can breathe again, the Senegal players and the fans, and of course the manager, Pape Thiaw. Deschamps now, as expected, is talking to the fourth official, asking why on earth that wasn't given. I can see why it wasn't originally. I thought it was, but no. And as my mate says now in the group chat, oh, that's pure banter. Senegal get away with it again. Brilliant. So back with the game. France will have to find another way of scoring to break the deadlock as we've reached just over the hour mark. Of course, a hydration break will be coming up shortly. We're around that time. But Mane will have a bit of relief there after that. He could have been the man that caused a penalty for France. Senegal with the ball at the moment. Mendy with a long, deep kick into the France half. Now it's with Sarr. Sarr has had a couple of good chances himself, especially that late kick in the first half. Now out wide to the left-hand side. Oh dear, that was somehow two Senegal players on the left-hand side there could not get a pass together with no pressure on them, and it's gone out for a throw-in. Silly mistake there from the two Senegal players. Another throw coming up for France. They're just showing the referee view now from his camera. I mean, he had a good view of it, really, and, you know, he originally said corner. He never said it was a penalty. It's now with the French defenders, back with the goalkeeper, Magnan. He's not, oh, bad pass there by Upamecano to Magnan. Magnan luckily retrieves the ball behind him to stop that from getting picked up by a white shirt. Now here come France. Such a mixed game this, you don't know which way it's going to go, and it's fallen through to Mbappe! Oh, and he couldn't collect the pass right in front of Mendy, and Mendy, I think he will take a bit. It says he needed a bit of luck for that to work out for him, and it did. Elise with a wonderful left-footed pass down the middle into the 18-yard box, and Mendy, luckily for him, Mbappe didn't get there to change the direction of the ball to hook it past him. And now here comes Senegal on the right-hand side as they enter the penalty area. Has that gone out for a goal kick? The referee does point towards the goal for a goal kick. Good defending, you could say, from Theo Hernandez at the end there. Just checking our poll, and we've had a lot more votes since, and still a lot of you backing France to win and get the 3 points. 70% of you backing the French, 14% going for a Senegal win, and more of you are actually believing in a draw. That's 15% instead of the 14% of Senegal. What do you lot folks think at home? Did you see the challenge from Mane to Mbappe? Was that a penalty? I could see why it wasn't. Okay, here we go then. France trying to go for another shot, and it's blocked again. Brilliant defending. It was Theo Hernandez this time, the left back, going for goal. Throw-in's taken quickly on the far side. Now France yet again with Doué. Now Rabiot. Mbappe to Doué. Doué, oh dear. He was trying to play a flick behind him without looking, hoping Mbappe would run in and get it. But instead it was poor flow from both players. Still no substitutions made. Here's Elise now. Out to Koundé. Koundé and Elise on the right-hand side. For into Mbappe! And he scores! Kylian Mbappe has got his first goal of the 2026 World Cup. He ran out on his own. And the French magician, with the fantastic pace that he has, completely outdoes his opposition defenders and then puts the ball past Mendy into the bottom left corner of the net. And France, after 66 minutes, and the song of One More Time from, of course, French artists of Daft Punk, gets played out in the MetLife Stadium. And it was, I think it's Elise who will get the assist. What a ball from Elise to Mbappe. That's a great goal, and he's onside. The run is brilliant, and I do feel for Koulibaly. He was defending really well throughout this game, and then he goes and sadly lets Mbappe beat him to it. So 1-0 to France. 66 minutes it took them. And that is Mbappe's, if I've got the maths correct, that is Mbappe's 13th goal at the World Cup finals. Now just 3 short of, oh hang on, here we go, France trying to go again here, but it's well defended by Niakate. And here comes Senegal now. Oh, and it's a goal. It's an equaliser. Oh, the flag's gone up. And it's Jackson who scored it. But the flag has gone up and he hit the roof of the net. It was a wonderful finish. Of course, I'm sure he'll get checked though. Let's watch this again on the replay. So, oh, he's way off. He's picked up a pass from Senegal's own half. He's miles ahead of the French defenders. I mean, it's a wonderful finish, but of course, he did have an advantage over Saliba. Saliba knew what he was doing. Well, Senegal finally had a goal, but it's been disallowed. And it is going to be a hydration break. So, hydration break. Let's quickly check the stats from this game now, as I'm sure quite a bit has changed since we last had a look. Of course, I've been wanting to get your views, ladies and gentlemen, on the live chat page. What do you think of the drinks breaks? Of course, a lot of people are arguing that it has messed up with teams' momentums. And people are famously saying that already, that when Germany played Curacao on Sunday, which of course was covered here on Let's Talk Sport by my good man Joe Stanley and also his fellow Joe of Joe Crosland. You can actually watch that back if you really want to. Our watch-along's always free to watch back on. No problems there. But yeah, Curacao did score against Germany. Then there was a drinks break straight afterwards, and some would argue that that took the momentum away. So, yeah, is it something that will come into football, these drinks breaks? I worry that this is just a chance for television to basically, well, television companies to make more money from commercials. I hope not. It's just a very American thing that we've seen here. Let's look at the stats. So, all of a sudden, France have certainly improved since the start of the second half. 4 shots on target, 7 shots in total against Senegal's 5 shots and the 1 shot on target. And France with more possession on the field, 55% they've had. And the passes, of course, a lot more than Senegal's. France with 421 passes against Senegal's 355. Yellow cards, we've had none yet for either team. The sprinklers have just gone out, have just come up on the pitch. I bet for the players, they don't mind getting a little bit wet just to keep them hydrated. Joe Stanley, in response to the Jackson offside goal, saying Jackson was practically in Canada. He certainly was, or Mexico. I think we're ready to go for it to resume. Corners, of course. France leading that as well. So, of course, the table, there it is, of course. It doesn't take much to figure it out since Norway and Iraq have not played yet. But France, at this moment in time, will go top of Group I before Norway play Iraq in a couple of hours' time. Here they come again, France, to try and maybe seal the deal here with 19 minutes to go, and a shot on goal from Elise. No real power behind it. The accuracy was good, but Mendy had no problems saving that one. Now Senegal in possession. Still not seen any changes. Corner to come for Senegal. Rabiot with the deflection. making the block, playing as a left back there.
Senegal have been brave here today. I think they've played well. But I feel like at the start of the second half, they would continue what they did in the previous half. But in the last few minutes, with Mbappe, some would argue should have got a penalty. He's able to recover from that and score. That's the reason why they have separated the two. Oh dear. And the Senegal corner just bounces in front of all those players. That was a poor corner kick by Diouf. So after all that, it'll be a throw-in for France in their own half. Now here they come again, France. On the left-hand side, it's Mbappe. Mbappe using his pace, and it's saved yet again by Mendy. Actually, it was Doué. Apologies there, it was Doué that went for goal. Had to go with his left foot, and it was yet again one of Mendy's limbs stopping the ball from going in to keep it at 1-0. Finally, we're going to see some substitutions being made in this game, and there'll be a couple coming up for Senegal. Of course, we'll update the lineups and the substitutions here on the screen. The ball next to Mbappe, you can see, means that that's a goal for him. If he gets another goal, I'll have to put an extra ball next to him. Of course, he is expected to break the World Cup finals record. Just think, what if he had won the World Cup 4 years ago? He would have had 2 World Cups already at his age, which is ridiculous. So here we go then, the ball's gone out of place, so Senegal will make the changes. So Sarr is coming off for Mbappe, I believe. Yeah, Mbappe is coming on. The other substitution, I missed that, but I will put that up in just a moment. So there we go, Mbappe coming on for Sarr. And Habib Diarra coming on to replace Lamine Camara. I'll just change that in just a moment. With Senegal are now on the right-hand side here. Oh, couldn't get into the box. And now it's with Dembele. Now Mbappe using his pace, but a second man will get there for Senegal to intercept. And wins a free kick for the Lions. And that was Diarra, who's just come on as well, already getting himself busy, getting himself involved there in front of Mbappe. They've just announced the attendance, which I must admit I missed, but if I can find it, I will. Right, France, they seem very hungry to just make sure they get that second goal and leave New Jersey with 3 points. Referee has awarded them a free kick just inside the Senegal half in the centre. And there's Elise with the free kick. Approaches the right-hand side of the Senegal penalty area. Comes to nothing, though. France win it back with Theo Hernandez. Now Doué. Elise now with Upamecano, who's in the centre circle. He'll play it out wide to Koundé. Now Rabiot to Saliba. Saliba hoping to, along with Magnan and his fellow defender of Upamecano, hoping to start off their World Cup campaign with a clean sheet. Of course, big win for France if they could get it, to beat probably their hardest opponents in this group. Of course, some would say Norway as well. Be interested to see how Norway do in their opening World Cup game against Iraq in a couple of hours' time. Could be an easy win, we don't know. You know, this World Cup's been full of surprises so far, and a cross there for Jackson, and yet again it was on a plate for him and he just couldn't finish it. I've just heard the referee's whistle. It's gone out for a goal kick, but is it possible that might have been offside? We're just watching the replay. It's a great cross. I think it's Mane with the cross. And yeah, he got his foot behind it. Just went a bit higher than his side foot, which probably meant he didn't have full control behind that kick. And now France with their first substitution. Dembele is coming off for Barcola. So Dembele off for Barcola. Ten minutes to go then. Still a bit nervous times for both teams, you could say. But I think France would be delighted to win this game. I think Senegal is always going to be a challenging one for them. Upamecano feel as though he was pushed there, and referee thought that was okay. But now here come France again. Elise in the centre of the field inside the Senegal half. Doué. Oh, he's lost it. And it's intercepted. Elise still on the ground. Gets himself up though. It could have been a scary moment for Didier Deschamps. Would not want to lose a key player like Elise so early on in this tournament. But he's back on his feet though. No injury to report. Jamie Burgoyne says bonjour. Hello Burgoyne. Sacre bleu. Croissant. That was terrible. Joe Crossan says good evening. Hello Joe. Someone speaking English for a change. Lovely to hear. Of course, that record Senegal have over France in the only game that they faced each other at World Cup. 100% record over France. It's under threat here. And it might be over here because here comes France. Oh, that's the second goal. And he's only just come onto the pitch. Barcola makes it 2-0 to France. A lovely chip lob over Mendy to seal the deal. And with just over 8 minutes remaining, that should be enough for France to get their first 3 points of the campaign. France 2, Senegal 0. And yet again, you can hear Daft Punk's One More Time being played, which, of course, as you'd expect, the fans will be loving to hear a bit of Daft Punk. I certainly would. But just watching back Barcola's goal, brilliantly chips it over the goalkeeper. And it looks as though it's Rabiot that got the assist. I can't remember if I put Mbappe in my team, in my fancy. I need to check. I haven't checked my fancy team in a few days, to be honest. But that should be the win now. I do feel for Senegal, but they didn't take their chances, especially in the first half. But yeah, I think this is what happens when you don't take your chances against a team who are capable of winning any game with the quality of players that they have. Confirmation in the stadium that Barcola gets that second goal. Just as I was talking about Senegal's 100% record at a World Cup against France, it's definitely... They must have heard me back here in Mulpus. It's now dented. It's now gone. 50-50 now between both teams, unless something changes in the next 7 minutes or so. Again, there'll be questions, I think, for Jackson. Could he have taken his chances a bit more, you know? Actually, just as I say that, he's just gone off for Gay. Actually, they made two changes. Endai's gone off Pape Gay, and Nicholas Jackson replaced by Bamba Dieng. Oh, Mbappe's done well. He's gone past one man from a sliding challenge, keeps it going. Now Elise, oh, and a shot at goal. Back to Mbappe that was, and it was saved. Comfortable really for Mendy. Not much power behind that one. I think it's fair to say that Pape Thiaw's had enough of Jackson on the field today. I thought Jackson played well, he just didn't take his chances. Very near missed chances. Could have got a goal or two in this game before Mbappe turned up. Could be another change coming here. Jerky's coming on for France to replace Doué. Of course, good minutes for Jerky to get. I think this is his first ever World Cup. And I think some fans will be excited to watch him over these next few minutes if he is going to get some possession. Here's Mbappe again, brilliant run on the left-hand side. Oh, and he just runs into the scoreboard. Sorry, not the scoreboard, the advertising board there. Another substitution, this time from Senegal. They're going crazy with these subs now. That's another guy coming off.
cease coming on. We're going asking, hey, is that a cap of all ages? It'd certainly make it. Corduroy Stella Artois cap, can't go wrong. We are not sponsored by Stella Artois. Any drinks companies out there, you know, feel free to reach out to Let's Talk Sport. Here I am with a 7-Up can. I wouldn't like to be 8 down though. I gave that joke to Joe Cousin the other day. That poor man's had to hear that again. Fed say the game has calmed down since that second goal. I feel for the Senegal fans. Of course, they've travelled a long way, as well as the French fans. But of course, the one thing you get with your ticket is drama unscripted. No one knows what's going to happen on that pitch over 90 minutes. Oh, that could be a corner for Senegal, yeah. Will it be? It looked like the last touch came off Koundé there. Not seen much from Mane in this game. I think he's been a bit disappointing, to be honest. He's been positioned more as a winger for this game, with Jackson as the main centre forward. But maybe you could say Mane has done a lot of legwork to help Jackson with the setup, but what can you do? Corner comes in, headed across the face of goal, and it's come out of the area with Cherky, who gets his first touch of the game. And it ends up being a heavy kick deep into the Senegal half, intercepted by the goalkeeper. Just a reminder, folks, of course, oh, hang on, we've just, 8 minutes of added time, 8. Of course, we did have that VAR check get denied for France getting a penalty. So I guess that's one of the reasons why we've got 8 minutes. We had 6, I think, in the first half. Bearing in mind we have the hydration break. It's now on the left-hand side for Senegal. Of course, if they can, 8 minutes to go, if they can get a goal from this attack, maybe, just maybe, well, there'll be a lot of nails being bitten over the next few minutes in nerves. But just as we say, that Koundé has intercepted and kicked it down the near side for Elise to let Cherky now make the run for it. Cherky now, of course, fresh pair of legs. He's only just come on. Will he go alone? No, he won't. His pass got deflected. I think he was looking for Elise, but sadly for Cherky, it didn't get to him. Jamie Davies saying Joe Crosland hasn't suffered enough. Oh, that's a bit harsh. I don't think you've suffered enough, Jamie Davies. I can talk about that all night long. Cross comes to nothing there for Senegal on the far side. Easy interception for Elise. He's trying to kill a few seconds there, I think, by just slowly holding the possession and not really pushing forward with it. Of course, no urge for the French players. They've got a nice gap in that scoreboard. 2-0 they lead. I forgot to put the ball next to the goal scorer for the second goal. Silly me. Of course, it was Barcola who got the second goal, in case you lot are wondering. Oh, my stream has just died there. Let me just reset it. So Senegal now again on the far right-hand side with Guy there. Oh dear, cross is blocked. Of course, it's an early day. Still a lot of hours left of today in America. And there's still 3 games to come, including Iraq versus Norway in just over an hour's time. That's a 11 p.m. UK time kickoff. And the other matches are late ones, and that includes the start of our defenders of this World Cup, and that is Argentina, who take on Algeria at 2 a.m. And there was a bit of well, there's some scenes between Algerian fans and Argentina fans in Times Square, I think it was, yesterday. I saw on Instagram, but again, there's a lot of fans in Times Square at the moment. Fans from all over the world coming here to watch the football. And then Austria-Jordan wraps up today at 5 a.m. Oh, and then here comes Senegal. Oh, it's a goal! And with 4 minutes remaining of added time, Senegal are back in this. 2-1. And Magnan was beaten on that far post. And, well, what a finish that was by Diarra. Sorry, it wasn't Diarra, it was Mbe. Mbe with the goal. He struck it right at Magnan, and Mbe, well, let's just say Magnan couldn't deal with it. 2-1. Interesting 4 minutes to go. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. And Deschamps in the replay, throwing his bottle at the ground in anger. And Mbappe in a slow-mo replay, telling his players to just calm and, you know, they are still winning here. So Mbe with the goal. On the 95th minute. Well, just as we say that, there's another goal, and it's a long-range effort by Kylian Mbappe. Who else was it going to be? It's his 2nd goal of the game, and his 14th goal of the World Cup finals, and that really does put the game to bed now here in sunny New Jersey. 3-1, just as Senegal got themselves back in it. Mbappe just made sure, as we said in the slow-mo replay, told players to calm down. And my word, when he meant calm down, I thought he meant just to hold up the ball, don't give the ball away again. But no, he went out on his own there, absolutely brilliant. Picked up a pass, long-range effort, what a strike, and that's why he is one of the best players in the world. And he's already shining at the 2026 World Cup. 2 goals for him today. Hey, we've still got a minute and a half to go here. France 3-1 up now. 3 goals, 3 points. And you can hear the stadium announcer shout out the name Kylian Mbappe in a huge roar in the MetLife Stadium. Well, I think we've been spoilt the second half. It was goalless at half time. My dad even texted me saying it'll be a score draw, and I was starting to believe him. I was saying only 1 goal will separate it, and only 1 goal in this game will be scored. Shows what I know, ladies and gentlemen. Probably best I shut my mouth. Oh, as I say, that Senegal have a cross in with 20 seconds left of the 8 minutes of added time. Oh, is there an injury there from one of the French players? He stays down. But referee has said play on. I think that might be Mbappe, to be honest. Can't quite tell. He's still down. Mbappe's got his... Well, he's covering his face. He's got his left arm towards his nose. I think we saw him... I think he broke his nose, if I can remember
at the Euros a couple of years ago. I remember I went to go see, I think it was France versus Austria in their opening group game. They've just shown a referee's view of Mbappe's goal. Oh, it's a stunner. He was right behind that shot as well, so good view for the referee. All sorts of replays showing fans celebrating that fantastic goal. Quite nice of the, remember the TV crew there giving Mbappe a bottle of water as he's standing on the sidelines. He's having to wait a moment before he can come back on. Well, we've gone over the 8 minutes. We've gone over a minute or so over the 8 minutes of added time. Senegal trying to go for a second goal. Oh, it's an own goal! I think it is. It's an own goal. No, I think Magnan has somehow kept it in play. It was like the slowest ball movement ever. And if it was going to go in, it felt like a slow-mo goal. Chimoni with the touch, deflecting off him. Oh, Magnan somehow just reached out behind him and kept it on the line. Incredible save. Not that it would have mattered. It would have probably been 3-2 and then full time. But the referee has blown the whistle for the conclusion of this game. And, wow, what a conclusion that was. What a game it was at the end. Some great goals, especially from Kylian Mbappe. His second goal was no doubt the best one. His first goal wasn't bad either. If you enjoy your low ball, long passes, at least they produced a brilliant pass to Mbappe. And it has ended to be 3 points going towards France. It's fair to say France have got over what happened in 2002 after that opening World Cup defeat to Senegal before they'd crash out of the group stages and lose the World Cup as defenders with no goals whatsoever. But here we are, 24 years later. Of course, very different teams now, completely new squads with France and Senegal. But it is France. It is France who have won this game today. Get in touch with us on the live chat page. How have you lot enjoyed the game at home? It has been a terrific game. So just a reminder then, it was Mbappe that opened the scoring with a cross pass from Elise for Mbappe to slot it in past Mendy. This was just minutes after he thought he had won a penalty, but after a VAR check, the referee stuck to his decision, and because of that, he decided to not, of course, give a penalty. But Mbappe got his redemption, got the goal they needed. And then just after Barcola just came on for France, he would go on to score a second goal for France to put them 2-0 up, which looked like it put the game to bed. And then just before the end, on the 95th minute, Ibrahim Mbe, who came on as a bench player for Pape Thiaw's team, he would strike it towards Magnan. Magnan could not keep the ball out of his goal, and it was too powerful for him to keep it out. And then to the net that went. And so, yeah, they got a goal back 5 minutes into added time, and it looked as though maybe, just maybe, they could get an equaliser to get a draw here and rescue a point. But no, Mbappe, within 60 seconds after Senegal score, he scores a good out-of-the-box goal. And that now means he's on 14 World Cup finals goals, which basically means that he's only 2 off the record of Moussaf Klose. Can he beat it at this World Cup? I think a lot of people will certainly be hoping he will. I'm hoping he's in my fantasy team. I can't remember if he is or not. I'll have to check. I mean, no matter where Kylian Mbappe goes, he always scores. Just trying to find my fantasy team. Come on, where is it? I must admit, this FIFA app is a bit all over the place. We'll quickly check the stats, shall we, before we wrap up. So, France with the 12 shots against Senegal 6. 9 shots on target at the end for France, which is always good, especially against a team like Senegal. They'll take that. Senegal only got 2 shots on target, one of them finding the back of the net. France leading on possession with 54%. More passes as well with 551 to 478. And no yellow cards, no red cards in this game from our referee. And we had 10 corners in total, 6 for France, 4 for Senegal. And we'll check up the ratings for the players. And as you'd expect, Kylian Mbappe rated the man of the match on Google with 2 goals, of course, to his name. 7.3 out of 10 for him. Elise with an assist at 6.6. Rabiot also got the other assist, but he only got 5.9. Upamecano actually got rated quite highly as a defender today at 6.8. The best player, it looks as though, for Senegal was well, no, it's Diatta, actually. I was going to say Marnie with 5.8, but it is Diatta instead at 5.9. Jackson 5.3. Jackson, I thought, I mean, look at that. He only had 1 shot apparently. I thought he had more than that. I think they need to recheck those stats unless I'm wrong. But yes, Nicholas Jackson only with the 1 shot apparently, which I thought he could have scored a couple of goals today if he had taken his chances correctly and been more clinical. So that is it there. So if we quickly look at the table, not that it really means much at the moment, but of course it is France that have the 3 points and top Group I. 1 match played, 1 win, and the goal difference on 2+. Senegal will of course have to try and regroup themselves before their next game in a few days' time. Senegal, after 1 match played, 1 goal scored, 1 defeat, but they do have a goal difference of -2. And Norway, Iraq, of course, about to play very shortly in just under 50 minutes' time. Norway the favourites, I'm sure, to win that, but let's see what happens. Of course, that will be in very well due course. So I think we're going to wrap it up here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much for watching our live stream coverage today of France versus Senegal here at the 2026 World Cup. I'm going to have a day off tomorrow, but Joe Stanley, you are in safe hands, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Stanley will be hosting the watch-along at 6 p.m. tomorrow UK time of Portugal versus the Democratic Republic of Congo. The stream is already up on the page, so be sure to save that link and come and join Joe Stanley tomorrow evening. He'd love the company, and we'll be, of course, I'll be back on Thursday night, where a good friend of mine, Chris Wilkins, our director and host of the Extreme Robot live shows, will be joining me at 11 p.m. Thursday night. It's a late one for Canada, the co-host, playing their 2nd game of the tournament against the previous hosts of Qatar. So thank you all for watching. And it is Mbappe, the magnificent goal machine for France, has only gone and upgraded his goals from 12 to 14 World Cup goals. He is sniffing ever closer to Miroslav Klose's 16-goal record. Plenty of games yet to go. It's been a great start for France at this World Cup. Good night, everyone.